everybody. Hope you're doing well, having a good week. Today is Thursday, April 15th, 2021. Today's video, I want to, introduce myself. I've had some people, some clients that I'm working with kind of ask what my background is. So I'd like to talk a little bit about that and then why I love what I do and what exactly I do. So first off, my name is Jason Lawrence. I live in southeastern Wisconsin, and I have worked in the home building industry since I've been the age of 14, and I just turned 40 about a month ago. I started mowing lawns for different, we worked for, my dad worked for a bigger, more production builder, did sales there. I got a side job kind of mowing the lawns for these models. Shortly after mowing lawns, I graduated into weed cutting. So the builder that I worked for was a developer, and they developed lots of subdivisions. And when you develop a subdivision, you have to put in if you're going to have a subdivision with 100 lots, you're going to have like a 3-acre, 4-acre pond that's in the middle of this neighborhood for stormwater drainage. And before the lots get sold in there, it just becomes, it's just dirt that they shape everything with. The lots are raw dirt, and this whole surrounding area of the pond becomes weeds, noxious weeds. And there's probably acres of I would say maybe 2 acres of basically surroundings around the pond. And I had this push behind DR trimmer. It's like a weed whacker head, and it's got an engine with it, and you push it, and that's what would cut the weeds. And when you're cutting weeds like that, I mean, this was probably the hardest work that I've ever done. I would basically take this thing, I'd put it in the trunk of my car. I had an 85 Cutlass then. I would bungee the trunk down. I would drive to these different subdivisions, and I would cut around these ponds. And I remember and when I would get done cutting, I'd wear safety glasses, and it was summer. I'd be wearing shorts and a t-shirt. And when you're cutting these weeds, they're like splattering all over you. I would be just covered in green pieces of weeds from head to toe. My hair, my face, my arms, my legs. I remember I'd get home and take a shower, and it would just all pour off of me. Well, eventually the DR trimmer wasn't cutting it, because some of these weeds were stalky. I mean, an inch thick. And so I got this thing that had it was like a weed whacker, but it had a circular saw blade on it, and then it had these handles and then like straps, because this thing was heavy, and it had the big engine on the back. So you strapped it, you held onto it, and you basically walked. I would walk around the 2 acres of the pond, swinging this thing back and forth, just cutting the weeds. And that's all I did for like 2 summers. And I remember I was 16, 17 years old, and I just I had it. I said, you know what? I'm done doing this. And then that's when I actually ended up moving up to the next thing that I did, cleaning up garbage off the lots. And then that turned into, cleaning out the houses, doing little odds and ends in the houses while they were under construction. And then being a assistant to the project manager that was running some of these single family jobs, and becoming the project manager. And then I even did some land development stuff. We did land development, develop subdivisions, and so I had a year where I did that, and I really liked that too. And then in 2008 I started sales, and I've been selling new construction homes and real estate ever since. I have a real estate company who I own with my dad and another partner, and real estate's a big thing with what I do. I like having the versatility of selling new construction homes, but then also dealing with things that are different than that. It just kind of keeps things fresh and new. So, as of recent, I've actually got some huge land parcels. I've got about 300 acres of land that I have listed, and this land is future to be zoned commercial industrial. So it's got a lot higher of a dollar amount per acre than just normal farmland would. So this is something that I I'll kind of tell a story of how I got into this, maybe in another video, but I'm into it now, and I'm loving it because the potential of, I've got an accepted offer on about 90 out of the 300 acres, and these are huge. These would be really big commissions and really big closings. So it's very exciting and new, and I'm just loving every minute of that as well. So I like, kind of mixing it up there. And with new construction sales, I think one of the things I love most about what I do is meeting with different people. I had a meeting with a couple last night, and everybody's different. Everybody's looking to build something different. Some people, they want similar things, but everybody's got a different situation, a different story. I love the that initial meeting of kind of, answering a lot of the questions that, people who have not done this before, questions that they have. And if you're going to be starting a new home building company, or even just building a spec home, or if you're in real estate and you're wanting to get into new construction home sales, these are things that you're going to be doing. You're going to be sitting down with the clients, you're going to be meeting with the clients, and that's where you make your money there. Really, it really starts at that first meeting. The first impression is huge. And so if you have a good first meeting with somebody like I did last night, and this couple I met with last night, they were, open and upfront with me, which I appreciate, and they said that they've been working with another builder for the past probably month or so, and this other builder has some lots in the area, but I think this other builder was trying to push them towards these lots, and they're not crazy about that. And so lo and behold, we ended up setting up a meeting together, and the meeting went great. And I feel like, a couple of the things that they said that this other builder, as of late, the communication hasn't been great there, because I asked who they were working with. I know my competition and the other builders in the area, the other salespeople. So that was something that, I'm like, okay, I can work off of that. So, after the meeting, I got enough information from them. I know what they want. I feel like I have the momentum. I know of a lot that they want as well, and this kind of goes along with the real estate part of it. The lot that they want is kind of only available through me. I'm the one that told them about it, so I feel like if we can get something to work out with that lot, then it'll be a for sure with us. But even if it doesn't, I feel really good about it. I feel like I've got the momentum. And that's something important with these meetings. If you have a good first meeting with somebody and everything's clicking and going well, you've got the momentum there. And all you have to do is just keep it moving. So we ended our meeting with, I've got some homework to do. I've got to find a floor plan that's similar to the one that they were talking to this other builder about. I can't just take that other builder's plan and use it. It's not ethical, it's not right, it's not legal. I could be sued for doing that if they actually own the copyright for it. I don't know if they do or not, but I don't want to go down that road either way. So I've got to find the plan, I've got to price it out, and I've got to do it quickly because they've got a certain timeline that they need to be within. So I'll be working on that today, but I know that, that's what the next step is. So good first meeting, got the momentum. So now I need to keep that moving along by getting back to them with the floor plan and the pricing. That would be the next step to keep them moving, to keep the momentum going. And then after that, it would be, getting to the point in which we're going to give everything to the bank and get their building contract construction loan going. Just keep the ball rolling, keep the momentum going. That's what the sales part is all about. Well, since I'm talking about what I do, as some of you may know, the other thing that I do is coaching and consulting for those of you who would like to start a home building business or start building a spec home. And as of late, it's kind of morphed into a little more than that. So I have a client that I'm working with, and we've got a call. I got to look at my schedule either today or tomorrow, and I'm really excited about it. She's trying to get into selling new construction homes for a builder. She's a realtor, very ambitious. I think she's going to do really well with what she wants to do, but trying to kind of decide between two paths. There were two different scenarios, two different building companies, and kind of trying to figure out what's the right route to take there. And that's something I know there's a lot of realtors that would maybe like to get into the new construction industry and not work directly for the builder, but kind of be that resource, brand yourself as, the realtor of your town that specializes in new construction. So if you've got, people that are thinking about building in your area, ideally they reach out to you first and then you guide them to the correct builder. And that's a great gig. I mean, if you can set yourself up as that, I mean, if I had to start all over with what I did here, that's what I would do. I would get my real estate license, but I don't want to be a slave to buyers and having to show houses at the drop of a hat. Because in today's market, if a home goes up for sale and it's a new listing and they call you for you to show it to them, and they've been looking at a bunch of houses and they've been losing out, you have to be able to show that home to them right away. And if you don't, and it sells, they're going to be pissed at you. And that's a tough position to be in. So me personally, I like to kind of set more of my own schedule. That's something that selling new construction definitely allows. But back to my coaching and consulting. So all of my clients up until then have been clients that were wanting to build a spec home or start a home building business. And so that's what my coaching consulting was about. And it's an hour-long phone call per month. And it's $100 per month right now. I may have to look at changing that amount just because I'm kind of at the max of clients that I can take on right now. So that's, I guess, just how things work. But anyways, it was kind of cool to have something a little bit different. So this was a real estate agent looking to get into the new construction area and had different scenarios and kind of wanted to, somewhat bounce it off of somebody. And then after that, I had a call earlier this week, same thing. So another realtor, and this actually ended up being something that was kind of unrelated to the real estate industry. And it was something we ended up, I felt more like a life coach. It was it was pretty cool. I don't know if I'm qualified to be a life coach, but I guess I feel like I can offer guidance and honest opinion, and this is what I would do. And I haven't really had any issues where I've come into to any trouble in my working career. And so anyways, we talked about things that really some of it pertained to career in real estate, but then some of it didn't. And that was really cool for me. I really was excited after that call. It was really fun that and I was honored that somebody would even think that they could rely on me for that type of information. I was definitely honored, humbled, and I really appreciate that from that particular client. I look forward to more of those calls. So I guess if you're watching this and you're not in the real estate, new construction, home building industry, maybe I could still coach you with something. So that's one of the other things that I'm doing right now. So I like to diversify, and I feel like if you're in the real estate industry, if you're selling new construction homes, you're able to kind of control your schedule a little bit more. You're your own boss. If and a lot of these times you're going to be making a commission. And I've been operating off of 100% commission since 2008. And it was tough in the beginning, and it is still tough because you can't set a budget. You're not getting the exact same amount of money every single week. I've got a little system for that I've worked out with our business that I am able to do that, but didn't really start doing that until about a year ago. But for most, it's a little bit tougher because you don't have a consistent. You could get $30,000 of commissions in 1 month, and then only 5 or 6,000 in the next month. And so it's hard to budget. You really got to be good with your money, and you've got to make sure that when you do get those big months or those big commissions, you've got to kind of take, and what you want to do is build up a I don't know if I want to call it a nest egg, but you want to build up a good amount of money in your business checking account so that you're still able to draw from there weekly and pay the bills that you need to weekly. And I've got videos that I've kind of explained on how to set yourself up as a business, and I'll link to that in this video. So the one other thing I'm doing is I'm putting together a course right now for those who want to start building a spec home, want to build a spec home, want to become a home builder. And it's going to be everything from A to Z, how to get the financing, how to market and sell the home. So that's the other thing that I'm working on now, and supposed to be launching that the end of May. So I'm really excited about that. That could be a game changer. But again, it kind of, all falls in line. It's in the same, bubble of what I'm doing, with real estate, new construction homes, but they're all different things. And I really like that, that mix of things. It keeps things fresh. I'm not doing the same thing every day, but every day I'm super excited when I wake up to go out there and do what I do. And it's kind of funny. I was in the shower this morning, and sometimes in the morning you'll remember a dream that you had from the night before. And I had a dream about land parcels, and not like, majestic rolling fields and cornfields and mountains and like looking at it from above. Not like that. This is like if you take a survey, just a white piece of paper, and you got the black boundary lines on it. And that's what my dream was about, in part, was, and I remembered that in the shower, I dreamt about land parcels. And it was on just a white piece of survey paper with black lines. So I guess I'm really into what I do, and I love what I do, and I look forward to waking up and heading into the model and meeting with new people, and the excitement of, okay, I've got 10 people I'm working with right now. And for me, of course, one of the goals for me is making a good living. And when somebody closes on their construction loan, that's the time that I earn part of my commission. I earn part of my my profit for the home there. So I want to get people through that process as quickly as possible, not rushing and missing anything, but if I've got 10 people I'm working with, I've got them all written down in my notebook, and I've got their names and what we need to do to keep moving them along. And so I love being able to kind of look at that list. Okay, I've got so-and-so today. I need to get their survey stuff going. I've got to get notes sent into the draftsman for a plan. I've got to get their contract to the bank. Like today, I've got one where I got the signed building agreement from them yesterday. So I need to send that to the bank, which I will do today. And I don't have a blueprint yet from the draftsman because he's super busy. But I'm not going to let that slow me down. I can take a blueprint of a home that's similar to the one that we're building, and I can redline the changes. So basically, I can take this blueprint and I can call out what's different with the home that we're going to be going in to the bank for versus the one on my blueprint here. I'll mark that up. That'll be good enough for the bank's appraiser to still do his appraisal, keep everything rolling with the construction loan process, because that takes between 30 and 45 days. And then in the meantime, while the bank's doing that, everything's still rolling along, I'll get that blueprint. And bottom line is I didn't have to wait, let's say I don't get the blueprint for a week and a half. Then they would be closing on the construction loan a week and a half later, as opposed to starting on the construction loan now. I'll get the blueprint before they close, and we'll be all good with things. So that's what I do. That's who I am. I'm married. I've got an amazing wife, super supportive, just amazing. And I've got 2 daughters, 5 and 7, and Lana and Selah. And Selah's in 4K, so she's just starting kind of like preschool, and Lana's in 1st grade. And I love my family life. I'm excited to come home and see my kids every day. I'm excited to go to work. I'm definitely a man of faith as well. I attribute all of my success and everything I have to God. I have very strong faith, and I just know, and it's been proven time and time again that, with a lot of these, real estate transactions and deals that happen, there's a lot of things that can kind of go wrong, and some things do start to go wrong. And I know, and I've seen time and time again, the power of prayer that helps with that and brings me to where I need to be. And so yeah, that kind of just rounds off who I am. And so that's, I guess, what this video is and about. Just wanted to introduce myself, talk about what I'm doing. So if somebody turns on one of my videos about building a spec home and they wonder, well, what kind of experience does this guy have? Or who is this guy? Why would I want to do coaching through him or buy his course when it comes out? Well, maybe this will kind of give you a better picture of who I am and what I do. So that's all for this one. I'll be back soon. Thank you so much for your time. Take care. Have a great rest of the day.